World War II was the deadliest conflict in human history. From 1939 to 1945, the entire world was pulled into a war of fire, steel, and fear. More than 70 million people lost their lives. Cities were destroyed, nations collapsed, and humanity was pushed to its darkest limits. Within this global war, there were moments so dangerous and decisive that a single decision could have changed the fate of the world forever. The war began on September 1, 1939, when Nazi Germany invaded Poland. German forces used a terrifying new strategy called Blitzkrieg, or lightning war. Tanks advanced rapidly while aircraft bombed cities from above, leaving no time to react. Poland fell within weeks, and soon Britain and France declared war on Germany. With this single invasion, World War II officially began. On December 7, 1941, the United States was dragged into the war. Japanese aircraft launched a surprise attack on the American naval base at Pearl Harbor. Battleships were sunk, planes were destroyed on the ground, and over 2,000 American soldiers were killed in just a few hours. The attack shocked the nation and forced the United States into the conflict, turning the war into a truly global struggle. One of the most brutal battles of the war was fought in the frozen city of Stalingrad. German and Soviet soldiers fought street by street, building by building, often at point-blank range. Freezing temperatures, starvation, and constant bombardment made survival almost impossible. By early 1943, the German army was surrounded and forced to surrender. It was the first major defeat of Hitler's forces and a turning point in the war. While armies clashed on the battlefield, a silent genocide was taking place. The Holocaust became humanity's darkest crime. Millions of Jews, along with other minorities, were imprisoned in Nazi concentration camps. They were starved, tortured, and murdered in gas chambers simply because of who they were. Over 6 million innocent lives were lost in a systematic campaign of hatred and cruelty. On June 6, 1944, the Allies launched the largest amphibious invasion in history. Thousands of ships crossed the English Channel toward the beaches of Normandy. As soldiers landed, German machine guns opened fire, and the beaches turned into killing grounds. Despite massive casualties, the Allied forces pushed forward and broke through German defenses. D-Day marked the beginning of the end for Nazi control in Europe. As Japan faced defeat in the Pacific, it turned to desperate measures. Kamikaze pilots were trained to deliberately crash their aircraft into Allied warships. These suicide missions caused devastating damage and spread fear across the seas. For the pilots, there was no return and no escape, only death in the name of their empire. In March 1945, the war reached one of its deadliest nights in Tokyo. American bombers dropped firebombs on the city, which was largely built from wood. The fires spread uncontrollably, creating a firestorm that burned entire neighborhoods to the ground. In a single night, more than 100,000 civilians were killed, making it the deadliest air raid in history. On August 6, 1945, the world entered a new and terrifying era. An atomic bomb was dropped on Hiroshima. In seconds, the city was wiped out, and tens of thousands of people were killed instantly. Survivors suffered from radiation sickness for years to come. 3 days later, a second atomic bomb destroyed Nagasaki, leaving Japan with no choice but to surrender. World War II finally ended in August 1945, but its scars remain to this day. The war reshaped the world, changed global politics, and proved how destructive humanity could become. These dangerous moments serve as a warning from history. Because when the world forgets the cost of war, history has a way of repeating itself. This is WarScope, watching the past to understand the future.